Hey everybody, this is Paul with CDA. Going to go ahead and give you an advanced features overview of the Pidgins Desktop application with CDA. And so just as a reminder, the left-hand side is where the incoming messages come from your customers. The center area is where you have the back and forth conversation where you can view it. And then just as a reminder, if your customer has a claim with you, we do show you the pertinent information for that customer so that you don't actually have to go inside of the CDA desktop app, that you could just use it within the CDA Pidgins platform. And again, just as a reminder, this is what's known as a unified inbox because everybody in your company gets to see what's going on with back and forth messages. So the advanced features are broken down into 5 elements. You can send your customers an image, you can send your customer a payment request, you can use templates, you can do surveys, and then you can also translate into 10 different languages on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a demo. It's going to be done with a split screen, so everything you see is going to be live and interactive with the smartphone. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started with our demo. I will be showing you a split screen so you can see everything happening on the phone as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start with showing you what it's like if you needed to send your customer an image for them to see something. And so in this case, the routing manager just wants to send the customer their technician's bag, showing them all the pertinent information for today's visit from the technician. So we'll go ahead and send that. And so what's going to happen is the customer is going to get the text message, it's going to show up, and then the customer will either keep it or the customer can even forward it to a family member. So we can see the picture came, and that's what their technician looks like. So he'll be showing up today for them. The next thing I'd like to show you is going to be what we call the payment request. So anyone in your company can make a payment request via credit card if they are using CDA Pidgins Desktop. And let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Just as a reminder, when I'm filling this out, your customers can either use a manual credit card by manually entering it, and we're just right here going to put the claim number. So the amount, the claim number, request the payment. So like I was saying, your customers can manually enter in the payment request, or what your customers can do, they can actually use Apple Pay or Google Pay. So it all works when you're using CDA Pidgins working with the payment gateway. So what we'll do is we need a payment, and what we're going to do is we're just going to use Apple Pay. And so I'm just going to click on Apple Pay. I'm just going to double click. It's going to do a little bit of Face ID, and it'll happen pretty quickly. The payment went through, and so what happens is that actually shows up on the Pidgin app as well. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to go right back to this demo. And now what we're going to, and you'll also notice, just as a reminder, we do give back the credit card transaction. So not only did it show up in the CDA Pidgins app, but if you notice on the split screen, it also shows up on the mobile phone. So that's pretty neat as well. Let's go ahead and show you templates. Templates are pretty neat. The purpose behind templates is that so you can copy and paste canned messages to your customers. To set them up, you just say add a payment. It's just like any template system you've used before, so I won't go into much detail because most of us are familiar with templates. This is just for a next day appointment, and all we're doing is we're just going to do a copy, and then we're simply going to send it to our customers. And just like that, the customer is going to get the text message, and again, everything stays in the unified text box, or in the unified application as well. So that's how that works, and you can see it live on the split screen. The next feature I'd like to show you is a pretty interesting feature. Most of our customers use it, and that has to do with translation. So if you look in here, if you ever right-click in the new message, you'll see you can translate in the 10 different languages. So the way it works and the way to think about it is, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible, is let's just grab this piece of text. Now this text could say anything. I could say, hey, your appointment's for tomorrow, but you'll quickly get the idea. So let's just imagine someone in your company typed out a sentence and now they need it to be in a language other than English. All they would simply do is select Arabic. You have customers that speak Arabic. You now natively don't even know how to write in Arabic. You simply send them a text message in Arabic, but you type it out in English and then you convert it into the second language. And as you can see, it went on my phone and it showed up on the Pidgins desktop app as well. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. I'm going to go ahead and paste something. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, let's send it in Spanish. And I'm simply going to hit send. So you can see there's a lot you can do with this translation. Now what I want to show you is I'm just going to go ahead and do a copy and paste. And so our customer natively speaks Spanish, which isn't a problem when you're using CDA Pidgins desktop app. It's not a problem. All you do, if you see it in a language other than English, you just come over and you hover and you say translate message. And so what it does is it will translate the message into English. And so there you go. So the customer natively speaks Spanish, which is not a problem for you, and you just hover over the translation tool and you say translate into English, and it's just that easy. The last thing I'd like to show you is surveys. Surveys are a pretty good feature to have. We preload 3 templates for surveys. We do a thumbs up, thumbs down, we do a 5-star rating, and we have a post-conversation survey. These are all preloaded when you have the CDA software with CDA Pidgins. So let's just go ahead and do the thumbs up, thumbs down. It's a very popular survey that our customer base use. So we're just going to say send. And what you're going to notice is in real time, my phone is going to interact with our system. And what I'm going to do is, again, this is interactively happening as quickly as you see it appear on my phone. We're just answering the questions. How was your experience with the call center? How was your experience with the technician? And then lastly, it's going to say, hey, how was your experience overall with our call center? And we're just going to say, okay. And then it's just going to come back and ask us for feedback. So these are the advanced features. Again, for our advanced features with Pidgins, we have a total of 5 of them. And so I went ahead and just demonstrated them all to you. We have images, we have payments, we have templates, we have surveys, and then as a reminder, we have translation as well.